Hi Sagittarius, welcome to the space. I'm Esme, this is Queer Witch Tarot. This is your February 2024 Oracle and tarot reading, yeah. So we're going to be having a little look at what your February entails, what lessons is your soul learning this month, what areas of your life or aspects of your life are having a bit of a turn up, having a bit of change, and what advice can you gain from Spirit through the tarot to help you with this month. We're going to start off by using the Soul Purpose or Soul Lesson Oracle deck. So this is going to give us a brief insight into what your challenges are and where you're thriving this month. Okay, Sag, let's have a look. So for the energy of Sagittarius this February 2024, what lessons is your soul engaging with? Freedom, self-esteem, doubt and guilt. Okay, so I feel like these cards kind of dance with each other a little bit. So in spaces that you're feeling guilt and you have doubts about certain areas of your life, Spirit is asking for higher levels of self-esteem, more trust within yourself, higher self-worth, to ensure that these ideas aren't getting in the way. These cards have like little mantras at the bottom of each one. So for doubt it says, I release the need to know all the answers. And for guilt it says, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Self-esteem says, I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. So this is your remedy, you know, in whatever aspect of your life that you're feeling like you're doubting yourself or you're doubting the position or what the external universe is giving to you and you feel uncertain. And for maybe some of you, you're feeling guilt for whatever situation or some kind of circumstance, or someone's done something wrong, or you know, you're really like creating almost like a black hole of energy within yourself, like feeling this inner turmoil, whether it be like on a huge scale or whether it be on a small scale. Sagittarius, you don't need to hold on to these darker feelings because that doesn't help you progress. It doesn't help the people around you either that you may have harmed or done wrong in whatever circumstance, you know. Self-esteem, really come in with that trust that you are learning, trust that you are developing a deeper understanding into the way that your body works, into the way that your mind works, and into the way that you work as a being in this ever-changing universe. It's tough, okay? We're all struggling in some kind of circumstance. The other card that came out for you, the first one, was freedom, and it came out internally. So there is definitely a letting go of some kind of belief which no longer serves you, Sagittarius, so that you can feel more free in yourself and that you can encompass your whole being, you know. So the mantra for freedom is, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. That's lovely. So yeah, there's definitely large shifts coming up for you, Sag. Let's go into the tarot. We're going to work with the, I think it's called Shadow Ink, the Ink Witch Tarot, which they look a little bit like this, you know. Really yummy cards. I think we used them before. We have a quick sip of tea. Anyway, let's get into the tarot for you, Sag. We're going to maybe pull a Celtic cross. So what's coming up for Sagittarius this month? What is the heart of the matter? What aspect is Sagittarius dealing with within themselves this month? What is Sagittarius looking to change? What is preventing them from creating this change within themselves? Okay, nice. Okay, Interesting. What is grounding tarot? What is grounding Sagittarius at this time? And what is crowning Sagittarius? What did Sagittarius deal with in the past around this matter? Which is the reverse 10 of Cups. So, oh my bad, reverse 5 of Cups. Some of you are feeling really uncertain at the moment. Some of you are feeling really like kind of bordering on the edge of instability, unhappiness. Some of you are pushing it down a little bit and just keeping it at like arm's way. Yeah, that's what you're dealing with this month, is unhappiness, which is a shame, Sagittarius. But also there are lessons to learn and things to hold yourself through in this time. You know, sadness isn't a bad thing. Sadness is its own thing. Sadness is sadness. Yeah, some of you are maybe feeling like loneliness, or like you're not able to connect with yourself fully at this time for whatever reason. You know, some of you are trying to tend to lots of things at once and are unbalanced within that. Some of you are missing old friends or wishing to connect deeper with family but feeling unable to reach out. Somebody else had a reading about reaching out to their mum. I think it was Virgo. Yeah, there's definitely some letting go and some watering new seeds. It almost feels like you're in the middle and you're not quite feeling what you're letting go of and what you used to live, and you're not quite feeling what you're stepping into and what you're creating for yourself. You're kind of feeling in the middle, and it's a bit like rocky. It's not stagnant, but it's like you're stepping into the next thing and you're also grieving what you're letting go of. So it can be a difficult or challenging time, you know, tricky feeling. Something which is maybe stopping you from actually like feeling that. I feel like some of you are aware that that is something that you're feeling, like a instability or difficulty at the moment, but it's almost like you're keeping the energy like over here around you and not quite embodying it fully. And I think what tends to happen in that time is when we're keeping the energy around us and we're not actually embodying it, it's like our soul and our spirit and our body wants to embody it, so then you can actually feel more disjointed and more away from who you are, which I think is where loneliness or like lack of feeling yourself comes into play. So what is stopping you from embodying this feeling of instability is the 5 of Swords, which in this tarot deck it shows like a wolf like howling, but there's like a sword down his throat. It's a very powerful card, and there's crows or some other like huge bird, and it's almost like this wolf is at war. It's like a lone wolf. So in this time you may be experiencing a real wish to kind of like sack off the rest of the world and just go on a mission, go and be by yourself, you know, just go and do these things. And you may feel chained down and you may feel very heavy in your thoughts. I think not speaking your truth or not like connecting with how you're thinking about things at the moment may be really creating disharmony within your stability and within your happiness. You know, both of these cards are 5, so the heart of the matter and the thing crossing the matter are both 5s, and 5 in the tarot is this instability. You know, 4 is the most stable number, 5 is instability. So I guess what you can do for yourself in this time, right, still want to talk about this card a little bit more. Conflicting thoughts, maybe from the soul purpose cards that you had, you know, guilt and doubt. Maybe some of you are experiencing like a real, like, I don't know, hazy or like difficult energy, or like mentally, I mean, or difficult thoughts, or, you know, are kind of seeing the world through this lens of like disbelief and uncomfortability. Which is, you know, your kind of responsibility to take into account, you know, this unhappiness that you're feeling, or this lack of being able to embody yourself or connect with yourself, or feeling lonely is something for you to work through, for sure. It's definitely going to help you. I just want to pull the next two cards. So the question of what happened in the past, you know, what have you been experiencing in the past around this particular issue, and what are you likely to feel in the future with acknowledging these things. Okay. So in the past we have the reverse devil. So maybe some of you have been kind of shutting away parts of yourself because you feel like they are not allowed, and because you've been pushing these things away, which, you know, whether society's told you that's wrong, or whether your parents told you that's wrong, or whether you've told yourself that's wrong. Sexuality, there's definitely something around sexuality or sensuality coming out here, you know, whether it be like questioning what you're into, or questioning how you want to be engaging with people, questioning how you want to be engaging in partnership or connections or relationships. Some of you have definitely shut off desires in the past, or your external situations haven't allowed you to fully embrace or embody who you are, which, you know, definitely creates disharmony when you are this, and you know that this thing is coming from love or curiosity or playfulness or joy, and the world is saying no. That is really difficult, because then you think, okay, fuck, excuse my language, okay, let me just put that to the side, you know. So in this time, the thing which can ground you and kind of allow you to take care of yourself a little bit more is Queen of Wands. So just reconnecting with your creativity a bit more. The Wands is the sign of spirituality, or it is the tool of creativity, the tool of spirituality, the tool of creating your life. So in this time, try and reconnect with what it is that you want. Try and reconnect with those parts of yourself that you've kind of shied away from, or put away, or have been made wrong for. Journaling's a really good way of doing this. Continuous writing, just writing out all of your thoughts, just non-stop, like there's no structure to it, it's just fluid flow. You may find some gold in there. So yeah, connect to what it is that you really desire in life. Don't be afraid of that, and give yourself love in that time, you know, give yourself self-worth, like acknowledge that you are worthy of love, and these thoughts are coming from love, and it's not wrong to think this way. This is how you get to your freedom, you know. We are free beings, and we deserve to be able to act responsibly in that way. The thing which is crowning you at the moment, so the thing that you're proud of, is your work. You know, whether it's like actual work, whether it's job work, or whether it's internal work, or whether it's creative practice, you know. Some of you are really just focusing on that at the moment as like almost as a grounding point, as a thing to be like, okay, well, I'm not sure about this stuff, so I'm just going to do this, you know. And that actually can be helpful in giving the rest of this stuff space to develop and work its way through in your subconscious. So where are we going with this? What is your future kind of feeling with this thing? How is it going to shift? How is your Five of Cups in reverse shifting? How is your feeling of instability or disharmony shifting. One, two, three, four, five. 2 options at the end. So have another sip of tea. I'm thirsty today. So in your future, in your immediate future with this thing, you have the High Priestess. This is the card of somebody that knows. You know, they know. They have intuition. They're aware of what they want deep down and they're letting it come through. The High Priestess is somebody who sees the bigger picture, which is why we see the chessboard. You know, you see your possible options, you see your possible paths in life, you see your possible movements. Choose what feels best for you, right? Connect emotionally with the outside world and communicate your desires. Have trust that the people who are around you that love you want what's best for you. Trust that the universe wants what's best for you, even if it's difficult in the long run. There's this practice of delaying gratitude, which is highly powerful. Some of you may be curbing addictions at this time, and that might be why you're feeling this disharmony, is because you've been having something which in the long term is negatively impactful, but in the short term it gives you that dopamine, right? So when you're taking away that dopamine, it is really difficult to engage with life in the same way, because hormonally, chemically, you're different, and obviously your brain is thinking and wanting the thing that you've told it's allowed to have to make yourself feel better in these times. So again, when you've taken that away, you have to actually find your happiness. You can't just rely on the external thing anymore. So please be gentle with yourself, Sagittarius. And trust and know that this is the best thing for you. You know, the 2 that you have here, which is the High Priestess, is harmony, which is obviously the antidote of the 5, which is instability and disharmony. So in the 10 card spread, the last 4 cards are your advice, your environment, your fears and desires, and then your outcome. So in your advice, you have the Hermit card in reverse. So this is really suggesting take some time for yourself, Sagittarius. Really find yourself, time to reconnect, to evaluate yourself, evaluate your desires. Take time to really sit with and feel if this thing is what you want. Take time to create your own happiness. Take time to create the thing which you're having for your fulfillment from now on, which is inside. You know, take time to meditate. Take time to just be with your practice. Yeah. I think there's been maybe a lack of that, or a lack of ability for you to do that. Maybe some of you have been scared of being by yourself, because then you have to be real with yourself, right? Then you have to be open to how you're actually feeling, rather than masking around people, which so many of us do. It's so easy to do. Just want to see if there's any other card from Spirit for that. Yeah, death in reverse. So yeah, really find what it is that you need to let go of in this time, Sagittarius. Really find what it is which you're holding on to, which really doesn't serve you. You know, it's like a forbidden fruit kind of situation. Do you really want that thing? Yeah, for those of you who do have, we're all addicts, right? For those of you who are actively working with your addiction or substance abuse, whether that be caffeine or whether that be something else, you know, something stronger, yeah, please take time to let that go. It's in your best interest, and in the best interest of the rest of the world too. So your environment at this time, and the people around you may be portraying an energy of like frustration, or like I'm done with it kind of thing. Maybe for those of you who are in addictive spaces or spaces with other addicts, you may start to realise that it actually really doesn't fulfil you. You know, the cups are the emotional fulfilment, and it's like a land of broken dreams, and you're sailing away because you've realised that this isn't okay anymore. I think some of you are now realising this within yourself and you're wondering how to take action, and it is let go and spend some time by yourself. You know, spend some time to like recuperate and like rebuild your energy. You know, when you've been open like this and you've had a certain part of your life which is actually like sucking and pulling and not doing wonders for your energy, you then let go of that. You have this empty space, and it's really okay, what do I now cultivate which is going to create this amazing abundance and joy within myself. You can only really do that when you're spending time alone. So your fears, the thing that you fear most, but the thing you actually desire most, is the reverse Queen of Cups. So really knowing what you want in darkness and light. You know, this is the feminine energy, so this speaks to the darker side of the yin yang. It speaks to the more restful side too. I think some of you are scared to really have what you want in life, and some of you are scared to step into that because you're aware that it takes work and it takes a lot of difficulty and disharmony and uncomfortability to create that for yourself. So really, Sagittarius, you're in the perfect space right now. You're exactly where you need to be. This disharmony you're feeling is on point. It's perfect. Yeah, it's really perfect. And you know, in this deck she's like a mermaid and she's swimming through murky waters and she's finding gold. So maybe let that be a sign of this is what you're experiencing right now, and that's okay. So your outcome, you had 2 cards come out for your outcome. You've got the reverse 9 of Cups, which is 9 of Cups is success. It's internal. So you've got internal success. You've got internal success in your emotional fulfillment, Sagittarius. That's an incredible thing to achieve at the end of this month, or to be achieving in this month. And you've also had the 7 of Swords. So in this deck it is a load of swords in this pile, like in the earth, and it's creating a crack, it's creating ripples. And then there's emphasis on the final sword in the stone, you know, which is a decision. So for some of you, you will be making a decision this month which impacts the way that you go about life. You know, it will impact the way that you feel life and the way that you interact with your happiness and how you put your happiness first from now on. Really powerful reading. I can feel the murkiness, I can feel the difficulty. You know, it's raining outside. It's not necessarily like the happiest time. Is there any other cards for Sagittarius, please? Strength. Strength. Spirit is giving you strength. And it's giving you peace as well. It's, you know, this strength card is someone putting flowers in the tip of guns. It says, please don't fight me. Please don't fight me. I'm scared. So I think some of you are doing this real inner child healing at the moment, where when you were younger you were put into dangerous situations or scary or traumatic situations, and from that you've got a shadow of fear in your body now. You know, we're somatic, we're energetical beings, we carry energy of things that have happened to us in the past with us now. So some of you really experience fear around life-changing opportunities and good things, you know, because you've seen how things can go wrong from the past. So in these cards, it's telling you to be kind to yourself and to really prop that inner person up. You know, really give them the time and support and effort that they deserve, that you weren't able to give them back then because you were a child, you didn't know how to handle the world, and the adults in your life or the people around you at that time weren't able to do that for you because maybe they haven't done it for themselves, you know. intergenerational trauma or intergenerational healing is when we are the energy or the trauma has been passed from person to person, whether that be energetical as your energetical, I don't even know if that's a word, whether that be energetic because you were literally held in your mother's womb, you were inside of your mother's body and she might have had a trauma and then that trauma is energetically passed to you, or whether that be how your parents or how people around you are then treating you because they're coming from a place of trauma themselves, you know? So you're at a point of really shifting something for yourself, which will also allow healing for the people around you that may have put those traumas on you. Queen of Wands again. Okay, so we're going to finish off the reading, Sagittarius, with one of these kind of romantic cards. They just give like a nice end to a reading when they've been heavy. They just give like a nice romantic gesture or word of advice or something you can do to give yourself something good, you know? Someone else had these two as well, maybe Taurus. Says the only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. Be authentic. So trust yourself while you're going through these changes, that is your authenticity that